Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 3 of the preseason in the Seattle Seahawks franchise. We got a couple of things to say real quickly before the game gets too out of hand, or too out of control. On the rumor mill for the Seattle Seahawks, 2 free agents have visited Seattle in hopes to get their NFL job back. DeMarco Murray at running back paid a visit not too long ago. Pete Carroll said we'll keep in touch. Adam Pac-Man Jones was also interested after Cleveland didn't give him a contract. Apparently they are no longer interested in Pac-Man. And there are going to be some healthy scratches again in this game. No Russell Wilson, no Doug Baldwin. Possibly no Bobby Wagner or Earl Thomas. Hopefully they don't sneak back into the game like they did like a couple of weeks ago. As we see an incomplete pass by Kirk Cousins on first down. What's he going to do on second down? He's able to complete a nice pass to Kyle Rudolph. Almost deflected on the play by DJ Alexander, I believe that was. 8 yards for Kyle Rudolph. An interesting free agent signing and an interesting contract for Kirk Cousins. He gets 3 years, $84 million, all guaranteed, 3rd and 2. These are the throws he needs to make, and Shaquem Griffin comes up with the tackle on Kendall Wright, but what's the penalty?
Holding offense.
And the offense gets tagged for a hold. It's Nick Eason.
Still 3rd down.
3rd and 12. That is going to be the play call. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun formation with Dalvin Cook lined up to the left. It's 3rd and 12. Only so many plays you can go with. Thielen on a comeback route. He is going to absolutely juke Shaquille Griffin. And Justin Coleman has to come make the tackle. There's a snippet of what Adam Thielen has been able to do in the past 3 seasons. It was 3 seasons ago with Sam Bradford where he absolutely broke out and had 2 incredible performances against the Green Bay Packers. Then last year with Case Keenum at the helm, he was able to have a breakout year. We'll see what he can do with Kirk Cousins this season. Play action from Kirk Cousins. He's going to throw it, and he overthrows his tight end on the play. Morgan the second. Second down and 10. It's been a slow-paced game so far. 2 receivers lined up to the left. Morgan and Rudolph, the tight ends. Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Kirk Cousins under center. He's going to hike it. Throws a quick one to Morgan. He's going to be brought down quickly by Mo Alexander. Alexander filling in for the recently retired Cam Chancellor. Looks like the defense trying to creep up and press a little bit. Bradley McDougald is going to get there and stop Dalvin Cook for a gain of 1. And now the punt team comes out. Ryan Quigley going to come out for the Minnesota Vikings at the punter spot. Tyler Lockett back to return. Quigley is going to punt this thing all the way into the back of the end zone. And Tyler Lockett calls for a fair catch. No Russell Wilson here today. It's more Austin Davis, the backup quarterback. We will be seeing J.D. McKissic return to the starting running back role after Rashad Penny had a decent performance last week. 1st down and 10. They're going to give it to J.D. and he is brought down by Everson Griffin on the play. This Vikings defense is going to be tough to move the ball against. And no Doug Baldwin either. It's going to be Jerron Brown, Tyler Lockett, and Brandon Marshall. Ed Dixon will play, however. And Austin Davis going to find Tyler Lockett. He is brought down, or not Tyler Lockett, Jerron Brown. He is brought down quickly by Harrison Smith. So it is all of a sudden 3rd and 4. Ed Dixon going to be lined up as a receiver. I don't know how good that's going to be, but we'll find out, right? And Austin Davis trying to scramble out of the pocket. He gets lit up by Anthony Barr for only a gain of 1 yard. But hey, positive yards over negative. And a 3 and out by this Minnesota Vikings defense. One thing about the Vikings defense, they have been really good at forcing 3-and-outs the last 2 seasons. One of the best teams in getting opposing offenses off the field, and they're able to do that here in the preseason against the Seattle Seahawks, as Marcus Sherrills is brought down at the 23-yard line, longtime special teams corner. Kirk Cousins now comes back out onto the field after a decent performance in his first drive. Kirk Cousins, 3 receivers to the left, shotgun formation. Looks like a play-action play again. And that ball is deflected by Shaquille Griffin. Nice play right there. He was playing a soft zone right there against Stephon Diggs on the opposite side. Good job right there. Strong formation with C.J. Ham and Dalvin Cook in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Cook, and he's brought down by Shaquem Griffin. So back-to-back plays, the Griffin brothers are making plays. As you see, those are the drafted players by the Seattle Seahawks. You've probably seen that in the last 2 videos, haven't you? If you've been watching the whole thing. Right here, we do have a 3rd and 12. And Kirk Cousins trying to roll out of the pocket, and he is going to be brought down by Tom Johnson, who used to play for the Minnesota Vikings, for a loss of 2 and a 3-and-out by the Seattle Seahawks defense, which, by the way, does not have Frank Clark, Bobby Wagner, or Earl Thomas starting for the defense, or KJ Wright, by the way. So 4 starters for the Seahawks defense out, and they're forcing a 3-and-out. And Lockett going to be brought down there by a host of players, including Terrence Newman, who is 39 years old. 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter. J.D. McKissic and Trey Madden check into the game. Handoff to McKissic. He is going to pick up about 4 yards. And that's most likely going to be the end of the first quarter. Seahawks offense coming back out for one more play maybe. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. A 0-0 draw as of right now. Here we go. 2nd and 6 right here to start the second quarter. We got 4 receivers and 1 tight end and Ed Dixon. The starters are going to be on the field for 3 quarters in the 3rd preseason game, which is why you're still seeing them. And I believe that pass was incomplete, looking for Amar Darboh. 3rd and 6 right here, 2 tight end, 2 receiver set. J.D. McKissic in the backfield. And Austin Davis overthrows Jerron Brown on that comeback route. Kirk Cousins can hit that throw. I don't know about Austin Davis. A 3-and-out right here. It's been a mixture of good defense and bad offense, man. It's hard to move the ball against Minnesota, but when you're missing throws like that, it's not good. And Dixon, no backspin on that punt. He is going to be able to get this team in better starting field position at their 20. You got 2 Alexanders on the field, DJ and Mo, as Marcus Smith going to bring down Dalvin Cook for a loss of 1 right there. Marcus Smith, a former high draft pick by the Philadelphia Eagles. Didn't pan out there, getting a second chance in Seattle along with former draft bust Deion Jordan, who will not be getting the rest in today's game. And right there, the defensive tackles are eating it up today. By the way, Jaron Reed is not playing either, so Tom Johnson getting some more snaps, getting more opportunities at that defensive line position, at defensive tackle. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Kirk Cousins in shotgun formation. Looks like press coverage right here. And Dalvin Cook, what a beautiful pass. Maurice Alexander couldn't keep up. Beautifully placed ball by Kirk Cousins. trips left with 2 tight ends, Morgan and Rudolph. Kirk Cousins under center. He's going to hike it. He finds this man Thielen over the middle. Stiff arms Maxwell. He's brought down by Alexander. And all of a sudden, the Vikings are starting to create a drive here. Now it's trips right with Kirk Cousins under center. Stephon Diggs on the field instead of Adam Thielen. And Bradley McDougald going to get down there and stop him for a gain of 2. Dalvin Cook last year was on pace to be the league leading rusher, or at least leading amongst rookies. He was averaging about 125 yards a game before his injury, and he looks to get back on track this season. But when you're getting runs like that and getting shut down by Maurice Alexander, it's going to be hard to lead in any rushing category. 3rd and 9 as we approach the 2-minute warning. This game is starting to speed up all of a sudden. Diggs and Thielen lined up in a bunch set over there on the right side. 3rd and 9, Cousins readjusts his feet. Latavius Murray breaks Maurice Alexander's tackle, and he's brought down by Shaquille Griffin. And this is probably going to take us to the 2-minute warning, just outside of field goal range for Kai Forbath, the Minnesota Vikings kicker. Maurice Alexander right there missing a very clutch tackle, which would have probably forced them to punt the football or try a 52-yard field goal. Two-minute warning right here. 4 receivers. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun formation. Looks like a zone blitz here. And Dalvin Cook is going to be found, and he is brought down by a defensive lineman. Yep, it's going to be Dion Jordan. Dalvin Cook, man, he may not be able to run the ball right now, but I'll tell you what, 2 catches for 35 yards. Not looking too bad either. 1st and 10, they're moving the chains. Press coverage here by Seattle. Cousins is going to throw it to Rudolph. He is brought down by DJ Alexander. And the clock continues to tick. Minnesota is in no rush. They're just having a good time right now, getting this ball moving. Kirk Cousins again. He's going to be in shotgun. He hikes it. He's going to find Dalvin Cook in the flat. And they are having a hard time covering Dalvin Cook. No Bobby Wagner or KJ Wright in this game. Shaquem Griffin only comes in for certain packages. It's going to be tough to try to cover this guy. 3 receivers to the left. Press coverage here for Seattle. And it's going to be a draw play. Touchdown saving tackle right there from Thompson. And the Vikings now call a timeout with just a little over a minute to play. 2nd and 5 here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. Basically a 5-wide set. And in the back of the end zone, Kyle Rudolph is going to get himself a touchdown. Nice play there from Kirk Cousins. It was cover 2 for Seattle. Not really a coverage they run a whole lot, but cover 2. And, you know, the middle linebackers didn't play deep enough, even though they're only playing 4 yards deep. Kyle Rudolph ran to the back of the end zone to catch that football. And that is something the Seahawks are going to have to work on, as Rashad Penny is going to bring this football out. And almost had a lane, but it got closed up quickly at the 30-yard line. And with 53 seconds to go, they can either go for it all or just wait until the 3rd quarter. Austin Davis gonna go for it. And he catches it, but it was out of bounds right there. Nice throw from Austin Davis. The ball wasn't necessarily positioned in the right spot, but you like to see guys try to make that throw. Can't really fault him right there. 2nd and 10. And overthrows Tyler Lockett. That could have possibly have been a very big gain. So a good throw and then a bad throw. It's unfortunate right here, man, what we have just seen. Third and 10 here. What's going to be the play call? They're just going to hand it off to J.D. McKissic. Just trying to run a draw play right there, and now it's 4th and 4. Austin Davis with 2 bad throws right there. That's something you hate to see. Well, actually, 1 good throw, and then the second one was pretty bad. Sherrill's going to call for the fair catch. Going to get the bounce, though, and it's going to be brought out at the 15. Minnesota leads the game 7-0. 32 seconds to go. 3 tight end set. Latavius Murray in the backfield. Cousins is going to hand it off. He's going to be brought down by Alexander. I believe his name. We have a DJ Alexander, and I forget the first name of this Alexander at the safety position. Maurice Alexander. There we go. I've been saying it all day, but I've been kind of forgetting. It's Thompson, whose first name I can't remember. Yeah, we have Maurice Alexander, and then we have the other Alexander. DJ and Mo. 7-0 lead, and Seattle gonna receive the ball first. Which now makes more sense as to why they ran the draw play on 3rd and 10. CJ Ham gonna bring down Rashad Penny at the 25. And that is where Austin Davis and company will start the game. Or start the drive, I should say. I formation here. J.D. McKissic in the backfield. And Linval Joseph is just going to swallow J.D. McKissic up whole. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The running game, it's either there or it's not. It's very hit and miss this season, which kind of scares me for the starting running backs and the guys who are going to get into the game. And Brandon Marshall, a gain of 14, being covered over there by Trey Waynes. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Trips left, by the way. Austin Davis fakes it to J.D. McKissic. Whoa, and Tyler Lockett didn't even catch it. He just sat there and looked at the football. Didn't even try to catch it. That could have been a big gain right there. So, miscommunication right there between Lockett and Austin Davis. Not the first time we've seen that. Davis again, 2nd and 10. He's going to throw it to Jerron Brown, who is going to push forward for a gain of 11. He's going to get the first down right there. J.D. McKissic back on the field. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends set. And a big hit by Harrison Smith. He just came in roaring, but JD is going to pick up 11 yards on the play. And a slant pass right there to Brandon Marshall. That's his bread and butter right there for Brandon Marshall. It's a 9-yard gain for him. Chris Carson now in the game. We get a Chris Carson sighting. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver, 1 fullback. And Chris Carson in the backfield. Finally, a Chris Carson signing. Maybe it's time to head back to the bench. A gain of nothing. Harrison Smith, what a nice play right there. He just jumped it. And right when you assume Austin Davis thinks the read is there, Harrison Smith makes a play on the football. Let's look at it again. Marshall didn't even know what to do. He just jumped right in front of him. He just took the football away from him, and now the Minnesota Vikings are back out here. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. It's going to be play action again, and he is going to get sacked by Barkevius Mingo, who is getting playing time here today. One of the few linebackers in the starting lineup getting playing time right now. Pistol formation here for Kirk Cousins. It's a handoff to Dalvin Cook, but Marcus Smith and DJ Alexander there to clean things up, and now it is 3rd and 23. Bunch formation with Thielen and Wright. You got Diggs as well on the right side with Kyle Rudolph. Shotgun formation. Kirk Cousins going to throw. And Thielen is going to come up with it. And honestly, if he didn't go out of bounds, it's probably a touchdown. Adam Thielen on 3rd and 23 just came up with a big catch with a minute to go here in the third. Two tight ends on the left. Cousins under center. A handoff to... Nope, it's a fake. And Diggs gonna score the touchdown right there. And this defense, man, they are now getting shredded with... Even though they have like 5 guys who aren't playing, like Wagner, Earl Thomas, Jaron Reed, KJ Wright, and Frank Clark, even though they have some guys that aren't playing, these guys got to fight, man, because they may not get another opportunity like this to get to come in for some veterans and some all-pro players. I mean, this is an opportunity you can't screw up, and Penny going to get to the 24-yard line. Brought down by Wilson. It's been a tough day for Austin Davis. I mean, he's just been the definition of inconsistent. And Sendejo gonna creep up with a blitz. Brandon Marshall comes away with the football. And an ankle tackle right there by one of the linebackers. Austin Davis has attempted 11 passes, whereas Kirk Cousins has completed 12 passes. There's your fun fact, ladies and gentlemen. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Austin Davis to JD. He's going to be brought down by Everson Griffin, and that is how we are going to end the third quarter. $10-0 Minnesota, or 14-0 Minnesota, I should say. Davis going to stay out there, but we got Darbo and Brown officially entering the game. And there's Terrence Newman trying to bring him down right there, but look at how much yards Penny gets in his first catch on the game. We haven't seen a whole lot of Rashad Penny except for on special teams. And now here's another running back right here, CJ Prosise, who was banged up in the last game. As we see underneath, Brown is going to catch the football. He is going to pick up the first down. I want to be honest, man. I feel like we have put in Austin Davis in tough positions. I mean, having him play against the starters. He's not a starter himself. So playing against the starters, not really an easy task. But 1st and 10, we don't make excuses for our players, so I'll say that much. And Austin Davis trying to get to the end zone. He had a dream and it got crushed 3 yards out of the end zone. If he wasn't tiptoeing on the sideline, he probably gets in. Austin Davis now gets in the end zone, and he is going to do a little crossover, touching his hair, and he is pumped, dude. Austin Davis right here thought he had someone over the middle, but he is going to close in and get a touchdown. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-score game. And Sebastian Janikowski is going to hit the extra point. And all of a sudden, the Seahawks have made things interesting. Austin Davis is having a rough day until this last drive, probably the best we've seen of him. Mike Hughes back to receive the kick, and he is going to take a knee. Mike Hughes, the rookie first rounder from, I I believe, what school did he go to? Was it UCF or USF? He went to one of those schools. I want to say it was UCF. Earl Thomas and Bobby Wagner, what do you know, man? They're sneaking back onto the field on us. Why not, man? It's a quarter that they got to play. I guess they're just mentoring the backups, that's all. They find themselves on the field. What's crazy is before the game starts, I pause it, and I take them out of everything to the point where they can't be slot corners, they can't be sub linebackers. They're not even in the depth chart pretty much. But all of a sudden, they just find their way out here. But hey, it's all cool, man. It's all cool. Here we go, man. 3rd and 5. Trevor Siemian is going to be the backup quarterback. Trips left. Latavius Murray in the backfield. Siemian going to throw. And he is going to throw an interception to Byron Maxwell. And he is going to be brought down by a group of linemen. Maxwell gets the interception on Trevor Siemian. Austin Davis gonna call play action right here. And he is going to be brought down from behind by Ogden Jibo. Or Ogden Nebo or something. I can't pronounce his name, man. It's tough. He's gonna get sacked on the play by Big 95 right there. Austin Davis now 2nd and 15. And Fowler going to make the catch. And he is going to pick up the first down. Just a little fullback out there getting 18 yards. The backup fullback, that is, Justin Fowler. And when we make cuts next week, that is going to be the hard part. But the 2-minute warning is here. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Austin Davis had a nice first drive to kick things off. He needs to keep that momentum going. And Hughes going to tackle Austin Davis before he can get out of bounds. New play being called right here. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Penny going to be in motion. Or not in motion, but coming out of the backfield. And he's just going to throw this one away from Darbo. 2 more plays left in Austin Davis. CJ Procise on the field. And Austin Davis, his 2nd rushing touchdown of this game. Just taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. If no one's open, guess what? He's running it. As you see right there, the ends do collapse on him, and he just has to take off. And with 84 speed, he's going to take off. Seabass, extra point. It's good. And the Vikings have 1 minute and 29 seconds with Trevor Siemian to try to score. Minnesota was up 14-0 at one point in this game. All of a sudden, Austin Davis strings together 2 solid drives. Mike Hughes going to take a knee in the end zone. And what do you know? Austin Davis with 2 solid drives puts the Seahawks back in it. He has been playing the entire preseason. Russell Wilson did play last game, just to get warmed up, and he'll definitely be playing next week. And Siemian, it looks like it slipped out of his hand, but Dorian Johnson could have made a play on it. Maybe if he does, who knows, man. The game could be looking a lot different. 3 receivers, 1 tight end with Latavius Murray in the backfield. Tavares King on the outside over there on the left side of your screen. And Treadwell almost comes up with it. He burned Byron Maxwell on the press coverage, but doesn't come up with the catch. We're looking at a 3rd and 10 here. 3 receivers with Morgan and Murray in the backfield. Siemian in shotgun formation. He's going to hike it. He's going to throw it across the middle to Latavius Murray, who's brought down by Bobby Wagner, and it's 4th and inches. 4th and inches. Seattle actually not going to call a timeout, which is an interesting strategy. You would think they want all the time they can get. And this one's just going to bounce in the back of the end zone. 80 yards to go for a touchdown. If they want to just get the field goal, they need to just try to get there, man. There's nothing else I can really say about that one. And Darboh down the middle of the field on the first play already. Newman tried to play up, and Darboh was trying to play deep down the field. So there's the first read right there for Davis. And that ball gets knocked away by Newman, so for one bad play, he makes a good one. 2nd and 10 right here. 23 seconds to go, 2 timeouts. They definitely can use about maybe 25 yards. Who knows what Seabass has left in him. Whoa, and it hits the top of someone's helmet. Jerron Brown, I think, was trying to come up with it. Come on, Austin Davis, man. What a story this will be, man. The backup who had to play the entire game, all because Russell Wilson didn't want to play. What's happened? I think Austin Davis realized he just crossed the line, so he fell down, knowing he couldn't get out of bounds. And Seattle now forced the punt. That was one of the strangest plays I've ever seen in franchise. Austin Davis, I think, just came up too far and trying to throw it downfield. He looked like he was going for Darboh again. But, man, I don't know what happened on that one. That was a crazy play if I've ever seen one. And it looks like the Vikings are going to run the ball out here. Or no, it's a play action. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they were trying to accomplish, but it's 14-all. Entering overtime right here in Seattle. The visiting team, they're going to pick tails and it's heads. The Vikings win the toss. And the Seahawks are going to kick it off from the right side of the field. Or no, the left side of the field. They're going to defend left. Seabass back to kick it away. Hughes is back to receive it. And he is going to take a knee and bring it out to the 25. So, Austin Davis, not really his last drive wasn't really that good. He made a couple of mental errors right there. And listen, it happens. I mean, you're a young quarterback. But here we go. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Simeon and shotgun. Now they're going to switch the play. Hold on. Treadwell and Coley go to the other side. Tavares King still over there on the right side. It's a fake screen. And Byron Maxwell comes up with the pick. It was tipped twice. And Maxwell gonna get a nice return. That's his 2nd interception in the game. And the Vikings right there, a big turnover. Austin Davis gonna hand it off to Penny on this play. And Penny going to get inside the 10. And I think Pete Carroll, what's the play going to be? He looks like he's just wanting to go for the touchdown. Put the game away ASAP. I mean, they've already forced the turnover. They can kick a field goal and get out of here today as the winners. And the game is over. Disley in the back of the end zone. And not necessarily an OT thriller, but Seattle is now 3-0 in the postseason. Austin Davis struggled early against Minnesota's defense. It looked like it was impossible. But they stuck with it. Byron Maxwell, 2 timely turnovers that both resulted in touchdowns. And that's what happened in this game, man. Turnovers turning into points. That's the key difference right there. 14-0 in terms of points off turnovers. And that is going to be it for this game. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. I hope you guys do enjoy that finish as well. Don't forget to like the video. Comment down below more stuff you want me to do for Madden and franchise, or just video ideas or whatever. The next video for franchise you should be seeing is our final preseason game. Everyone's going to be playing, and we're going to wrap everything up and get started with the regular season. So hopefully you guys do enjoy, and peace.